Hello everyone. I, Professor Agam Dalal, on behalf of JK Shah classes, welcome you all. Now let me introduce myself. I have achieved All India second rank in CA final examination. Along with that, 4 gold medals, that is the highest mark in India in that particular exam. I was a rank holder in Inter CA also. I was a student of JK Shah classes. And now I feel really proud to be a faculty member of the same organization. I'm very happy to share that in the recent exam, November 2020 CA final, JK Shah classes has got 34 rank holders, that is 34 AIR. I repeat, 34 All India ranks under the roof of JK Shah classes. Most of them has either taken 7 subjects or full 8 subjects in this organization. From these 34 rank holders, today I have with us 3 rock stars, 3 toppers. Starting with All India rank 9, Advait Pisharodi, who was a JKSC student from 11th standard till CA final. Then All India rank 3, Rajvi Nathwani. Again, she was a student of JK Shah classes from 11th standard till CA final. And last, but obviously not the least, All India rank 1, Komal Jain. She was also the student of JK Shah classes from 12th standard till CA final, and throughout her journey in this commerce field, a rank holder from JKSC. The big congratulations to all of you and to all the other rankers also, because the achievement that you have got, the milestone that you have achieved in this pandemic situation, really it is remarkable. Now, as per our earlier discussion, I came to know that this particular achievement was not imagined by you all. You have never imagined that you will get this kind of rank. Am I true?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then see, it was your hard work, it was your smart work, a constant way to study this particular syllabus, and then you got this particular achievement. Today, I will be just behaving like a mediator, the mediator of the students who are now going to appear for the exam, the mediator of the juniors who have either just joined the CA course or who are in inter CA or who have just started studying CA final exams. They have so many doubts they want to ask you. So now I will be asking that doubts one by one to each one of you so that you can share your views, your thoughts on that, that what was your strategy, how you were studying the theory subject, and so on, so that your achievement can be in benefit to their future. So without wasting much of your precious time, because now your time has become so much precious after becoming chartered accountant. So let me ask the very first doubt to AIR1 Komal Jain. Now, Komal, tell me that how you have planned your overall strategy. See, after the coaching till the final examination, you all have a particular study leave.
Right.
How you was planning your strategy in this study leave, how to do the revision, how much hours you was giving per day. So can you please share the thought on that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Agam. So I think strategy for the study leave is the most critical thing to crack this exam. But before answering the strategy for the study leave, I'll just take one step backward and say that before going for the study leave, 2 or 3 months before, you really need to build the momentum to actually go for the study leave, because you can't just one day sit and directly start studying for 12 to 13 hours a day. So I think firstly building momentum is extremely critical. So before going for the study leave, 2 to 3 months prior, I prioritize that okay, now studies is my priority, and I really need to take one step back from my articleship and prioritize studying. Instill that self discipline that no matter how much tired I am with the schedule, but I really need to come home and sit for at least 2 to 3 hours so that the momentum is built.
Slowly,
So
gradually, you was increasing that pace.
right. So I think that was the first step, definitely. Before going for the study leave, what I had in mind was to have a clarity over a lot of things. So I consciously sat and thought that okay, what is that I need to do to produce the best of the answers in those 3 hours on the final day. So I consciously made a lot to a list of all the things that I need to do and ensure that everything gets a space on my timetable for the study leave. So I'll just elaborate on what were the different things that I wished to include. So I think very very important is what you call planning. you should have a very clear picture in mind as in what your 4 months or 5 months, whatever, is going to look like. Minute planning for every day, every hours is, I think, extremely critical. So I think my personal strategy, I mean, this can really differ from person to person, but what I preferred was to do one subject only per day. So I used to allot a specific number of days for a particular subject. For example, suppose 7 to 8 days for one subject. So I used to ensure that in those days I used to cover that subject holistically and exhaustively from every point of view. So understanding concepts and understanding everything in a better way. So the focus during the first read was generally to understand the entire syllabus and just understand all the topics inside. So once I used to be done with one subject, I used to ensure that I write one mock for the same without fail, because that helped me to know whether I'm actually going in the right direction. So it's very important that whether you are studying is you are actually able to implement it well in your mock test papers. So I think that was extremely critical, and then analyzing those papers was extremely helpful for further revisions as well. So like that, I used to plan the sequence of the subjects and allot a specific number of days. The first reading will definitely be very exhaustive and would require a number of days, but during the first read it was extremely critical to summarize things for the next revisions as well. So I basically preferred highlighting or making charts. I did not prepare a separate summary notes for everything, because I think that was very time consuming. So in the material itself, I used to highlight, make charts, graphs, write a lot of things at the side, so that I can really get the crux of everything when I read it the second time. So I made sure that I do this properly. Balance of studying the concepts and solving questions is equally important. So in the first read only, I took up RTPs as well and saw like how are the type of questions that are being asked there, RTPs and MTPs, and tried to mark the different ones already. So once the first read was done, then came the first revision. So I basically had planned one read and two revisions initially for the May attempt. So I think that was very much sufficient if you do those things at least well. So I think number of revisions do not matter much, but what matters is the quality. So
But at least the second
regard
revision is required. That what you say.
right. So because in the first read you are just understanding, I mean, you won't retain a lot of things in the first read itself. So revisions is definitely important. So second revision was definitely taking half the time of the first read, and summarizing was very very critical for that. So once that revision is done, again I wrote one more mock after my first revision as well. And I think what is critical in writing mocks is to analyze it in a better way. So every time I used to write a paper, I used to definitely have few takeaways from that and ensure that I keep in mind the next time. And third revision was definitely, it was just a mock exam. So it was, I used to prepare every subject in 2 days, so that I know that exam, before the exam, the 1.5 days should
Like
go
a quick recap and just like a rehearsal of the final examination.
right. So I used to, basically it was a mock exam, so the last revision. So that way I planned. Regarding the number of hours, I think hours do not matter much to me. What matters was the target. So the plan, I used to anyhow ensure that I am on my plan and adhere to it. And because that actually gave me a sense of confidence as well, that okay, if I adhere to the plan, I'm sure to complete the syllabus, and there was no need to panic. So my only focus was to just complete the target for the day. And my day would look like, so I basically preferred sitting in sessions. So I used to sit one session for 2 to 3 hours maybe, and study dedicatedly, then take a break for half an hour to 1 hour, then again maybe sit for the other session. So this way I used to plan my entire day, and this was the planning for the study leave.
Okay, so if I want to summarize, first of all, do a proper planning that how you will allocate the subjects and what will be the time schedule and all. The second thing, two revisions are must. And if you can do a third revision like in a quick manner, then it's one of the best thing that you can do. Then do not do hard work, but more you have to focus smart work.
Right.
What you said that I'm not focusing on, how many hours to study in a day, but I'm actually focusing on the target. So once your target is over, you can enjoy the rest of the day also.
Yeah.
Better is to follow smart work than to just do 14 hours and 15 hours like a hard work. And then test series you put more focus on that. You will realize what you have studied only from test series. That on test series I'll again ask the question one of to the next dropper also. And breaks were extremely important. That do not study thoroughly, you take a break also in between. So that is what your overall strategy was. A really wonderful experience that you shared.
Thank you.
Now, the next question will be to Rajvi Nathwani, All India Rank 3. See, this can be the question to all the CA inter student who have just cleared the exam, who are going to clear the exam, or those CA final students actually who have started that final journey some 3 months, 4 months ago, 6 months ago. And the question is how you were managing from after the intermediate result till the date of study leave. See, this 2.5 years are extremely important because we have articleship, we have the coaching, that is the lectures, plus we have to also do the daily revision. Then how you are managing this three things in this particular 2 and 2.5 years? That is what my doubt is.
Sure. Hi, Agam. Thank you for having me. So first of all, just starting out from the day when you receive your intermediate result, I mean, we all know that it's a wonderful achievement, and we'll feel that abito, like we have 3 more years to the final exams, and it should be a slow process now. Now that we've slogged so hard in the foundation and the inter levels, so I agree that it will be slightly slower, but you cannot be complacent, and you have to get back on your toes very soon. So the first thing, as far as my strategy was concerned, was to join classes within 6 months from the intermediate results. So that really helped me a lot. And after that, like after you are comfortable in your articleship and all of that is done, you should ensure that you manage your studies and articleship very well. So what was our schedule was basically initially in the first year we had college in morning, and then we had articleship, and during the weekends we had classes for say 6 hours. So that was the strategy. So initially it's all right if you do not have time for self study, but going like say after 1 or 2 years you have to start a little time out to kind of prepare your notes or to understand what your strategy will be during the study leave.
So
So
that
that is very
are not
important.
bombarded at once.
Correct. And yeah, so as rightfully mentioned by Komal, again, that was the same thing which I followed, that 2 to 3 months prior to your study leave, you should ensure that you have a plan in place, and you should start giving more importance to studies because you worked so much. So your seniors will also understand that studies are equally important. And again, yeah, so in traveling what we used to do is I used to like not get enough sleep at night, so I used to sleep in the train, and or probably read newspapers, or if there is some very important or tricky concept being taught in class, then I would revise that in 10 or 15 minutes during traveling. So that will really help a lot. So I think planning and focus and consistency, you cannot just rest. Like 3 years are all you have, and you want to achieve your goal.
Not have it just once. You have to develop slowly and gradually.
Correct. So it will all go in gradual progression.
Okay. So I can say that you don't have to be lethargic from the very beginning. As soon as possible, you have to join the CA final classes so that you can get, your pace that I have to study now for CA final. If you will be lethargic, then you just, delaying the things, which is not good for your CA final. The second thing that you said is take a proper sleep also, because you said that you was not getting proper time because of college, articleship, because of the lecture in the weekend. So having that in the mind, you have to plan from the very beginning that let's say after the 6 months of your results or very soon after the results. And once 2 years are getting ended, you have to just quickly start believing that now study leave will start. So now we have to behave like that, right? Okay. Now my third doubt will be to Advait, All India Rank 9. Advait, one of the major problem with the students who are preparing for the CA final is theory subjects. In practical subjects everyone will get the interest, but the theory subjects so vast, having different language altogether, then how to balance theory subject and practical subject so that we can make sure that our overall result is not getting reduced just because of this particular theory paper. So can you please give the answer to this?
Sure. Thank you so much, Agam, for having me. So, at the outset, if any student is thinking, then they should know that they are not alone. Even I have the same feeling. I have more affinity towards the practical subjects than the theory subjects. But then the starting point is that even if you don't like theory as much, you need to accept that you need to do well in the theory subjects as well. So the first thing is, even if you like practical subjects so much so that you've done an in-depth understanding, that contributes only a maximum of 100 marks. You need a minimum of 400 marks to pass your inter as well as final exams right now. The first step is to accept that, okay, we'll have to do well in the theory subjects as well. So the first thing is, there are two strategies you can follow. So number one is the first strategy, which a lot of students do. I personally did not do that, but a lot of students do, is take up theory as well as practical subjects at the time of your first reading, so that there is a balancing out. So that's a good strategy. But I would also like to advise in this that once, just before your exam, during the last revision, just do one subject at a time of theory, just so that, because just before your exam, you cannot have this strategy that you will do a theory and a practical together. That's impossible. So just, to simulate that experience, you need to do the theory subject at least once. Secondly, if you're doing one subject at a time, so I agree that theory in general is a bit challenging and tends to get a little boring also at the time of reading. So what I would suggest is, when you are joining your classes, identify those chapters in theories which are interesting. So I'm sure each and every theory subjects will also have some points which are interesting to read. So what you can do at that time is maybe pick up that and some boring topic together, so that it doesn't become heavy, number one, and you can effectively cover your syllabus. Now, this is how you approach towards theory. The second problem which I also had was to remember the theory, because it is vast, especially CA final, it is very, very vast. So there are only a few things which you can do. Number one is to revise it again and again. So in this aspect, self-awareness is very important. You need to know how capable you are of remembering. If you're not capable of, or that you'll take time, then allocate more time to that. Read it more, revise it more. Secondly, one more way to do is to prepare summary notes if you have time, or you can refer to summary notes. Internet is available, and a lot of summary notes are available all over internet. So you can just compare that, refer to it, but only refer to summary notes to an extent that you do not forget the actual content, because reading the content is very important. You cannot just clear your exams based only on summary notes. That is just for your understanding. Thirdly, what I used to do sometimes was prepare audio capsules. So if there was some important thing, I used to just record an audio. So whenever I was taking break or I was involved in something else, I used to just plug my earphones, listen to it continuously, so that it gets registered in the brain. So there were some topics which had, a lot of different permutations and combination, different exceptions, variety of rules. Either prepare that, or something which I also did was, if there are some interesting, exceptions, various confusions, I used to simply jot it down on my sticky note and stick it on my cupboard. So every time I'm revising that, I used to just 5 minutes just before starting, I used to just look at the sticky notes, remember it, and go for the exam. Even during the exam, like exam starts at 2. At 12 o'clock also, I used to refer to that sticky note just once and leave for the exam. So this is how I feel. And lastly, I want to add, if it is available for theory subjects, a lot of professors, including JK Shah classes also, have provided a lot of revision lectures. So if possible, keep listening to that again and again, so that it gets registered in your mind. So this is how I think we should tackle theory and practical both.
So according to you, you can merge practical and theory in the first revision, but at least from the second revision, you have to pick up theory subject alone. You have to revise it n number of times, either by your own audio or by way of the summary notes also, so that you are not getting afraid at the last moment. Absolutely. So revising again and again and believing that it is the problem with each and every student is the only way to accept theory subjects, nothing else.
Yes. And one more point I would add is, you should practice as many questions as possible. So that at the time of your exam, see, there is a possibility that there might come a surprise, but then solving question, reduces that probability considerably. So that might also help a lot.
That percentage of getting new questions in the exam is getting reduced because of
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now the next question to, again, Komal. See, lots of many students believe that for one particular subject, if we see 2 to 3 materials, then we will get huge coverage. What is your opinion on this? To focus on one material frequently, or to do so many materials in the available time?
Okay, so my approach regarding materials was that in classes we've been taught from the JKSC material. So when I studied for the first time, I started with JKSC material only because that will give you a lot of head start, because you can remember things from the lectures as well and you can very well correlate. So the first thing was to start from the JKSC material and cover that, and then I made sure that for every subject I definitely open the module once and see whether there's
ICI
anything,
module.
yeah, any more points that I have to cover. So I think that is to be done without fail. You cannot miss anything from the module. So the first was to start from the classes material and get a overview of everything that has been taught, and recollect a lot from the class, and then see the module for anything extra that you can find there. So I think this was, I think, a constant approach for every subject. I mean, module and classes notes is, I think, more than sufficient. And I think one material multiple times is definitely helpful, because after a point of time, once you do one or two revisions, though, you can just recollect those pages. I mean, where is a particular answer, and you can be so familiar with that material. So I think definitely changing a lot of materials is not at all advisable. It will only confuse you more. And sometimes if you find some new thing in a particular material, that will also lower your confidence. You will feel as if I've missed
It may
something.
not be that much important because in ICI material in JKSC textbook, if it's not there, it must not be important.
Exactly. So I think a combination of classes and ICI module was the approach for every yeah. And I feel ICI, every material should be covered exhaustively, whether it is the RTP, the MTP, the past papers. I think if you do this, I think this is more than sufficient. You won't even have the time to complete this much. So what extra materials will you refer?
Okay.
So I think these are the only materials that I referred. And I think revising from the same material will definitely go a long way, help you in retaining a lot of things in a better way.
Okay, so there is a strong view that do not pick up much materials. Focus on your material, that is JKSC textbook. After that, ICI study material. This is the exhaustive coverage. Komal, one more small doubt. When to pick up RTP and MTP is more favorable for the student? At the time of first revision or at the time of second revision?
So I think what I personally did was during my first revision. I mean, first read is done, and then you have the first revision. So at that time, I picked up those materials because I was trying to test myself that okay, I have studied the subject once, I've revised it once. Now, am I able to crack the questions in the RTP or MTP? So it was like a small test for me as well. And that time you're in a better position to maybe understand like the kind of questions and what. So I think first revision might be an ideal time to pick those up.
After the revision is done, you for your
Right.
testing purpose, you will pick up that, right? Okay. Now the next question will be to Rajvi Nathwani. Rajvi, as Komal has said rightly earlier, that she was focusing more on test series, and I guess all the particular CA final students who have cleared the exam must be focusing on the test series, because it is the only way through which you can test yourself and you can get where you was wrong. Now, it may be possible that you are getting lower mark also while appearing for the test series, and I guess you also must have faced that particular problem. So the only doubt is
Definitely.
how you gained from the test series, so that whatever you are appearing in the test series, your performance should be better in the main exam. How to treat test series actually? Over to you.
Okay. So first of all, I mean, as it goes without saying, test series is really, really important, and it will help you self-assess yourself and where you stand. Because just studying for 5, 6 months will not do any good unless you attempt in an exam-like situation. You give yourself 15 minutes study time, like reading time, and then you write the paper.
Right.
Like giving 2 mock tests, at least for the theory papers and practical, sorry, at least for the practical papers and theory one, because for practical you have to ensure that you finish the entire paper, and it becomes quite a challenge during the 3 hour time frame. So FR, costing, and SFM,
Right.
and like two tests would be advisable for them. And so going on as to how I assessed myself. So number one, you should self-assess yourself. That is the best thing, because you will realize where you are wrong, and you should compare it with the institute suggested material, because that is essentially the base from where it is going to be checked in the final exams. Also, while assessing yourself, I think like what I did was I critically assessed myself, and I ranked myself a little lesser than what I was actually getting. And I used to cut a lot of marks as if thinking that what if the examiner does not find my answer appropriate. So I think that may boost up your confidence, lower your confidence a little, but that will in fact motivate you to work harder because you will feel that there is a long way to go ahead. So that was one thing. Number two, what I had personally done is I had made, I had taken printouts of all the revision test papers, mock test papers, and suggested answers from the institute and spiral binded them subject wise. And what you should do is you should keep the first page of that spiral bind blank. And while solving the questions, so obviously you won't get time to write all the questions, but while solving the questions, if you find any question which is new or which has a different concept or where you made a mistake, you can note them down on the first page, and then when you subsequently revise the subject, you just refer to those.
True.
The next point which I would like to say is when you solve a test, you make a lot of mistakes, and if you do not revise or do not go back to your mistakes again, you tend to forget them. So what I used to do is I used to make a notebook of all the learnings of or of all the mistakes which I have made and revise them continuously. So say every night you can read them and understand where you have gone wrong. And that will also help you in the 1.5 day period. So say in the morning, just the day of exams, you can read it. And like that will ensure 100% that you do not make the same mistakes again. So that was my approach to test series and institute material.
So wonderful sharing done by you. So can I say, first of all, writing test series is compulsory. If you get lower mark in that, it is absolutely okay.
Yes.
But from that, you have to identify what was your mistake so that you do not commit in the main examination. Also identify some new questions which was there in that particular test paper so that even that variety you are covering for your main exam. So that is what your overall approach was. Wonderful experience. Now the next question will be to Advait. Advait, I guess this is this doubt. When I got the rank now, what the maximum doubt I was getting is that, sir, whether you was getting frustrated at the time of preparing the exam, because the students who are now preparing for the exam is feeling this, that they are feeling negativity, they are feeling very stressed. So they have some of in the back of the mind that whether we will clear the exam or not. And this frustration is becoming more and more on that particular mindset. So what I want to ask you is, you also, I guess, must be feeling frustration at some of the point of time, and I guess all of you over here will be facing that, right? So my doubt is how to overcome that frustration, how to be stress free, and how to cultivate positive attitude.
Yeah, right. So especially coming from batch of 2020, frustration was a huge part of our study leave. So it is very natural to feel frustrated and bogged down regularly. But then the thing is, it is part and parcel because you are doing something very significant. So you have a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations. So that will come naturally to you. So what I think I had some key takeaways would be to, find a hobby and stick with that hobby till the very end. Like even if you, every day it can include, playing a musical instrument, listening to music, you can read books, you can even play for some time if it does not, it's not counterproductive to you. So having a hobby is very important because you can't keep studying continuously for a long period of time. Your mind will certainly reach a level of saturation. So maybe a half an hour a day devoting to your hobby will definitely rejuvenate you completely, and it will ensure that you have a longer shelf life when you are studying. Then secondly, as you mentioned, yeah, even I used to have this feeling whether, I'll clear or not, whether I'll be able to clear. But then I think the thing is, it's a constant challenge. You need to train your mind to just focus on the process. Just stick to your process, plan, study, write test series. And then once the result comes, that will take care of it. So if you stick to your process, then I don't see why the result will come negative. So I would say that as well. And thirdly, have a very clear reason, why you are attempting an exam, why you're doing CA, because self-motivation helps you a lot in the long term. So personally for me, motivational videos on YouTube were not as effective. It would maybe have an effect for a day or two at the max, and then it would be back to square one. But then having a clear reason as to why I'm doing CA. So whenever you're frustrated or when you're down, So you just need to remind yourself as to why I am doing this exam. What was the purpose with which I had joined? What was my dream? So if you keep reminding yourself, maybe you'll have that confidence to, push back and start again. And also, please keep taking breaks in between. So even if you have a 1 day off in maybe a month, it is perfectly okay. In fact, it is very productive too, so that you can recharge your batteries and go again. So I think that would be some of the tips that in a way you can manage your frustration and stress and everything.
Again, great experience shared by you, that first of all, you all have to believe that this is the common thing which is in each and every student's CA student's life has to be there. But then you have to ultimately focus on your goal, that I want to become CA. See, what I was doing actually based on your self motivation. My grandfather was having a dream that I should become a chartered accountant. But when I started the journey of CA, he was not there with me. So whenever I got frustration, I was just, thinking that whenever I will become CA, wherever he will be happy for me. So I can say self-motivation is one of the best way. Then a 1 month, a 1 day break is also one of the very best thing that you should do, because getting recharge is very important. Follow your hobby to, avoid frustration and all that stuff. Really very well said. Now, at the end, I want to ask to all of you three, one particular question, starting with Komal, that tell me something about JK Shah class's journey for the CA final attempt, and also what a specific advice that you want to give, a particular tip to the juniors who are now going to appear for the exam.
So about JK Shah classes, so I'm there with JK Shah since my 12th standard till the finals. So I mean, I'm very much comfortable with the way the things are being taught there. I mean, the professors are really going into a lot of detail in the subjects, helping us understand it from all perspectives. And I think the teaching is really something which I really, take back home and uh, cherish. So that is one. Secondly, the test series conducted was very, very well crafted. I mean, it was prepared, it was very much in sync with what actually comes in the papers. So I think test series was something that really helped me a lot. And I think thirdly, the material of JK Shah classes, that really helped me because it was summarized very aptly. I mean, whatever you need to do for the first revision, I mean, it was very much summarized, so you did not have to take extra efforts to summarize a lot of things. So it was already summarized, so I think that really, really helped. So I think material, test series, and the teaching, that was really something that helped me crack this in a better way. One tip that I would want to give to people who would be appearing in the further attempts, which is I think very critical, is please try to analyze the trend of the past 2 to 3 attempts. The paper pattern has been tweaked a little. It is no longer that you can just you will get all the scene questions in the paper. I think two things which mattered the most to me at the time of the exams was, one was my conceptual clarity. I mean, that is absolutely essential now with the kind of questions that have been coming. And secondly is your presence of mind, your ability to correlate a lot of provisions inside a particular subject as well. So the kind of questions which are coming require you to apply 2 or 3 chapters together in one particular question. So I think when you study, you should just modify your approach a little, try to integrate a lot of things. And conceptual understanding is something which is extremely essential in papers which have been coming in the past 1 to 2 attempts. So I would really want to take a note, everyone to take a note of this.
Okay, so don't mug up the things, focus on conceptual clarity. That is very important. So thank you so much for that wonderful experience and wonderful advice that you gave to the student. The same question to Rajvi.
Okay, so Komal rightly mentioned all the good things about JK Shah classes, and I would 100% agree to them since I am with them since 11th grade.
Oh, great.
So yeah, so it's been a really good journey, like from the entire commerce stream to getting to CA and to finally achieving the dream tag. And I would say, yes, the professors are really great. There was like real time doubt solving, and even like this is one thing where you have all the subjects under one roof and you do not have to search for professors and you do not have to search for study material. It is all available in one place. So that was a really important thing for me. Even the test series was really good, and it helped me assess my performance really well, because you might just not sit at home and give 3 hours to a paper. So going to classes and writing the paper really instilled the discipline in me. So that's about it. And so my advice to students would be that number one, plan very, very well, because planning is very, very essential. Number two, be consistent enough and do not give up on yourself very soon. Number three, instill in yourself the discipline. And as Komal rightfully mentioned, conceptual clarity should be your focus instead of referring questions and thinking that the same question will appear in the paper. So that is very, very
That is one
important.
of the biggest myths, that whatever you have studied exactly will come in the exam. It is one of the
Exactly.
Right.
So people just say that the paper is difficult because the same question did not come up. So you cannot expect that in CA final exam. And just go for it and give your best. I mean, you are just one step away from reaching your dream tag.
True. Thank you so much for that wonderful advice. And the last, same question to Mr. Advait.
Yeah. So just like Rajvi, even I was at JKSC, since my 11th standard. So it has been like a second school for me. So, I mean, the journey has been absolutely terrific, especially even for CA final, for all the 3 years you had to come to classes. So that maybe, that was a check for me that, okay, I'm still a student. I'm not just an employee at an articleship firm. So that was very important. And the classes were also very extensive and exhaustive. The coverage was brilliant. And also to an extent that since the classes were so rigorous, I did not have to put in a lot of effort when I had to sit for self-study, because I was pretty much used to sitting at one place and, studying for a long period of time. So that was excellent about JKSC. So my advice to juniors would be prepared to work really hard and don't shy away from making sacrifices. So all of us have sacrificed a lot. I'm sure everyone, those who have cleared, not cleared, irrespective, they have all made immense sacrifices, and then it hits really different, when you make sacrifices and get results. Trust me on that. And secondly would be, of course, it is but natural that the thought of result or your result will definitely bog you down. But I would suggest focus more on the process. Have a proper system and a process in place. The more boring the process, the more effective will be, is what I feel. So have that process in place. Stick to the process from day one. Don't waver from it much, and then you can definitely see yourself, achieving your dreams for sure.
So very well said. Don't break in between. What you are going to get in future is somewhat very different. So whatever you have left out in the past, don't regret about that. That is what you very well said. So I can just say one thing to all of you, to all the viewers of this video, that see, whatever you are doing as of now, you may be getting frustration, you may be getting lower marks in the test series right now, but believe one thing, constant approach, smart work, hard work, positive attitude, and a proper planning with conceptual clarity, combination of all these 5 things means a lot for your CA journey. You will crack the examination. Just you have to believe in yourself. And whenever you feel frustration, I will just say one thing. Remember just imagine the smile on the face of your parents when you will clear the exam, and that too with this flying colors. And I cannot still forget the tears coming from my mom's eyes when I cleared the examination, the very big joy that was there on the face of my dad when I cleared the examination. And that is what we want. When we clear the exam, only we should be happy. No, our entire family will be happy at that time. So that is the only self motivation that you have to keep in your mind. Thank you so much for all the precious time that you gave today to all the 3 rankers which are available over here. Again, a very big congratulations from the entire professor team of JK Shah classes. I really thank you for your precious time. And thank you so much to all the viewers. Keep it up and all the very best for your future examination. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Agam.